a pretty bad mood, actually, until I really love this. Somebody named Tiger Lily from Belgap, those vaguely lovable people over there. I do have to thank people, don't I? So I might as well do that. Hello, Joe Talbot, thank you. Keith Rowland, my webmaster, thank you. Heather Wade, my producer, a big thank you. Stream Guys, of course, LV.net, really big thank you. Sales, Pete Eberhardt, TuneIn Radio, and Leo Ashcraft. Anyway, I got this mood enhancer from Belgap. Some gal named Tiger Lily wrote, please meet a group of glorious fangirls from Belgap. Because you mentioned a cult for you, we formed the Vestal Virgins of the...
Cause you to laugh, nothing will. So... Thank you. I really did get a laugh out of that. Just when I needed it. So last night's show was a little buffering, right? And other than that, though, it was scary as hell. Dr. Jacobs. Well, shadow guys scare me, but that one scared me. And I've been wondering, his talk of hybrids, hybrids, if the human race were being invaded, would we even know it? And the answer to that is probably not, right? I would say the answer is probably not. Well, the day was all about politics. Plunging Congress into even deeper turmoil. Unbelievably, House Speaker John Bonner abruptly announced his resignation on Friday, shutting down a Tea Party drive to depose him, but opening up lots and lots of fresh troubles for the Republicans. Skeptical of Chinese assurances on cyber spying, the President of the U.S., our President, and the President of China stood side by side and pledged their countries would not conduct nor support any such hacking in the future. Do you believe that? Not me. Anyway, they stood there and promised it. What's it like to be a politician? So, that's kind of the news of the day. While mysterious sky booms continue to plague the United Kingdom, this sound, it is the lingering ghostly wail of, get this, an old air raid siren. Adding to the utter high strangeness of the phantom air raid siren is the fact that nobody seems to be able to pinpoint a location. And on a remote British Columbian island, residents of Alert Bay, that's the name of it, say, well, the screams aren't anything new. And they've been reported for years, as have sightings of a big, hairy, humanoid creature in remote areas of the small island. The unidentified cryptid also seems to have a temper as nasty as the smell that it leaves behind, and has been reported ripping up trees, tossing them at witnesses. Is it a lonely Sasquatch stranded on this island somehow? My thoughts have not left the show we did last night with Dr. Jacobs. And they probably won't leave that for a long time to come. I am going to open up a special line tonight, and I am going to call it, we are in deeply troubled times. You would all admit that, right? These have to be deeply troubled times. So I'm opening up something I'm going to call the I'm Losing My Mind line. It's a new one. We've never done that. If you think you're losing your mind, and there must be a lot of you out there, right? Because a lot of crazy stuff is going on. A lot of violence in America, a lot of crazy, head-shaking stuff. So, I'm Losing My Mind line. Area code 575-208-7787. If you think you are in substantial danger of losing your mind, then that's the number you want to call. Area code 575-208-7787. I'm Losing My Mind line. Other than that, let me give you the open lines, how to get hold of his speech right now, okay? Now, this generally only comes once a week now, so you got to put up with it. Our public line, the one anybody and everybody can call, is 1-952-225-5278, right? Area code 952-225-5278. Now, the cool way to call us, aside from the phone, which is fine, is by Skype. Now, everybody with a smartphone can do it. If you've got a smartphone, listen carefully. All you do is download Skype. Go to your store, whatever it is, where you get your toys and your apps, and download Skype. It's free. And when you get Skype and you get it set up, you go to the little plus sign. The little plus sign. You cannot dial us. What everybody's mistake is, after they get Skype, they go to the place where you dial a number and put in MITD. You can't do that. You go to add a contact. Okay? Add a contact. And then you add us. If you're in North America, Canada, you would add MITD 51. That's MITD as in midnight in the desert 51. If you're outside North America, MITD 55 is what you add. And even though we don't respond to you and grab you as a contact, it doesn't matter because we are now in your contact list, you will notice. So, from then on, you can just grab your phone, go to the contacts, and hit MITD whatever, and you're in. And you're going to sound good, too, as long as you don't talk to us on a speakerphone. If you're going to call us, talk to us as you would on a phone, because that's what you've got, is a phone. And don't forget, I'm Losing My Mind line at area code 575-208-7787, and that about covers it, I think. So what I'm going to do is take a quick break, and when we get back, I have no idea what's going to happen. But I'm sure something will. Open lines, anything goes, actually, this night, midnight in the desert. I'm Marcel.
On the wild side of midnight, from the Kingdom of Nod, this is Midnight in the Desert with Art Bell. Please call the show at 1-952-225-5278. That's 1-952-CALL-ART.
Always kid love, girl home, definitely. All right, everybody, it's open lines, and anything goes. Sometimes it's kind of fun to take a bumper song and start it, and then finish it. You know, let it kind of play out. Where you get if you're actually both parts. Where to begin? It's hard to know, but I think I'm going to go for Tiger Lily from Belgap. Tiger Lily, are you really there? No, you're not. That's too bad. That was Tiger Lily from Belgap. Or it was supposed to be. I don't know what happened to her. Tim, hey, how you doing?
Introducing the Rhino 180 Pro FD, the Rhino Low Hub, and the Rhino Low Hub Pro FD. The new blind system.
Hello, Tim. Really? That's two people not there. Well, what do I have to lose? Except my own mind, right? So let's go to I think I'm losing my mind line and say hello there.
Hi, how you doing, Art?
I'm doing okay. Are you in danger of losing your mind?
Well, yes, because I'm living in Chile, and the Pope's coming in a couple days, so of course I am.
You're in Chile?
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Oh, Chile, Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia. The
Okay.
Pope's coming in a couple days.
He is.
Now, my question is, well, yesterday I could have sworn you had the same guest on. It felt like deja vu. I don't know if, like, you weren't there or whatever, but
What do you mean?
I feel like
Yesterday was Dr. Jacobs, right?
Yeah, I could have sworn, like a week ago now. You were on with Dr. Jacobs. I could have sworn it felt like deja vu.
Okay, well, you are losing your mind. You qualify.
Yeah. Can I say hi to everybody on TuneIn Chat? It's Grizz.
You can. Hello, TuneIn Chat. I know they do chat during the show, and that's pretty cool. Yeah. Done deal. You've said hello, so hold on to what you got left. All right? All right, take care. I'm losing my mind line. Couldn't resist. Area code 575-208-7787. And, boy, that line is filling up awfully fast. Nevertheless, I'm going to go over here to Matthew, I think. Hello, Matthew, you're on the air.
Well, Mr. Bell.
Yes, indeed.
How are you? I hope I'm sounding okay here.
You're sounding fine. And I don't rule out the fact that people calling on Skype may also be losing their minds. So if that's the case, you know.
Well, I lost my mind years ago. That's all right.
That's good.
I was interested in last night's show. Dr. Jacobs, is it just me or is he getting more and more cynical?
Well, I think he is getting more cynical, but I can't blame him in view of the topic that he was talking about. I mean, he's saying there is an invasion of Earth going on right now. And you know what? After the show, I went home last night, and my wife reminded me that about, what is it now, I think in 58 males are now coming up with autism. One in 58. Which is so totally through the roof that I don't know why it didn't occur to me last night. I said you should have texted me. But could it be that we're slowly being taken over and affected?
I don't know. I can't remember where it was, but a scientist, an astronomer, somebody looked at, you're of course familiar with Betty and Barney Hill.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I believe an astronomer said that there's pretty much no way she could have come up with this star chart by random.
Mm-hmm.
That he's thinking that this is just one more, proof that this happened. That this intelligence, whatever it was from the Zeta Reticuli system. I don't know if you caught that on the news anywhere.
No, not particularly, but who knows? They may have been. That's a very popular place in the UFO world, Beta Reticuli.
Yes.
All right, well, listen, thank you very much. I'm also reminded, by the way, that this is the weekend of the super blood moon, right? Eclipse. A super blood moon eclipse. And, of course, the people who thought we were all going to die on the 23rd have revised to the 28th, I believe. So that's the new day to die, is the 28th, according to, well, the internet. I'm going to try this one more time. Tiger Lily, hello.
Hi, Art.
Oh, it is you. You are there.
Yes, it is me. Hi.
Hi there. So I came to you before, and you said nothing.
I know, I heard the bleep, and then I couldn't hear your voice at all. So
okay.
I started talking.
Well, look, so everybody knows, when you call on Skype, if you hear audio, like my voice, music, whatever we happen to have on at the moment, it means you're going to get through. So just relax, turn down your device, and wait until... You sent me that, huh? I love it.
Yeah, that was you. Yeah, I'm a Skype novice, but had to give it a shot.
The Vestal Virgins of the Dark, a.k.a. Art's Hearts. I was in a lousy mood until I looked at that and I went, wow.
So that's what we're all about, Art. We want to keep you happy.
Well, thank you. I was tromping around in a field back and forth, checking on wires today for a large part of the day, so I needed happy.
You know what our theory is?
What?
Gay rap.
It's what?
Gay rap.
Yes, well, no comment.
Okay, we made the comment for you.
You wouldn't expect me to make a comment, now would you?
No, of course not. That's what we're here for.
Vestal Virgins, really. Anyway, Vestal people, anyway.
Yes, Vestal Virgins.
All right. Tiger Lily, thank you, and yo, everybody on Belgab.
Thanks. Love you, Art. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Vestal, anyway. Hello there. You're on the air, on the phone. Yes.
How you doing, Art?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I have a shadow person story.
Okay.
And up until a few weeks ago, I didn't know what to call this thing until I started listening to the show more since you've been back on the air. But about 20 years ago, I live in Phoenix right now, but about 20 years ago when I was in Chicago, lived in my mother's house, there in my room in the basement, I was in my teens. Woke up and I saw this dark, like a male figure standing at the foot of my bed.
Mm-hmm.
The only light was coming through the window from the street lights, so I could see the outline real good. So I was of course I was afraid looking at this thing. It was pretty tall. So when he jumped in the bed, literally, and we start wrestling. And all I could say was it wasn't much of a wrestling match because he was way stronger than me. And tossed me around the bed like I was a rag doll.
I am so in sympathy with you. I didn't get tossed around. I didn't get attacked. But I have seen now one of these damn things, and I don't ever want to see one again.
Yeah. He tossed me around. Finally, he let me go, and he stood back at the foot of the bed. My remote control was laying in the bed with me, was sitting at the foot of the bed, so I grabbed my remote control with the strength that I had left, and I threw it at this thing. He disappeared. But when he disappeared, it was like he kind of went down.
It was like remote control defense.
Exactly. So I didn't know what to do but throw that thing. And so I got up out the bed, and I remember I was so tired that I literally crawled up maybe like 13 stairs, to go into the kitchen. I get into the kitchen, I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and my mother comes in, and she was an early riser. She comes in to make her coffee. And I guess it was obvious that something was wrong, because she turned and looked at me. It was Sunday morning. She turned and looked at me and said, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Uh-huh.
So I explained to her what happened. And she just stood there and just kind of kept doing what she was doing, but she had a look of concern on her face.
And she said, well, you want to go to church with me today? And after that experience, I felt like I had to do something. But that experience stayed with me all to this point, and I never knew what to call it until like a few shows ago, and I heard the term shadow person. I said, well, maybe that's what it was.
That's what it was, and I've got something for you now. I want you to listen on the air. The following is from Jason Offit, and it's called When Shadow People Attack. And since he brought it up, I can't resist. The first thought that crossed Stephen Painter's 5-year-old mind was that someone had broken into his house in Bury, Great Manchester, England. Around 1986, my mother took me around the local estate to her friend's house, says Painter. I believe she'd been burgled because her entire kitchen, was covered, and I do mean covered, in big black handprint, almost animal-like. Well, he didn't say anything about the obvious black handprints, not until later. I mentioned the incident to my mother, what I saw. She looked at me and said, nothing on the wall, Stephen. Now, he didn't know how that could be. Prints were there. His mother's friend said she saw the shadows in the image of the dark faces on the walls. His mother was immune. There was nothing on the wall from her point of view. From that point, dark images have followed Painter. The animal-like prints he saw when he was 5 have now turned into entities. I've seen a big black mess with red eyes always at my door, he said. The Hat Man always in the background, and typical shadow people just like our shadows on a sunny day. These typical shadow people have become so commonplace to Painter, he's given them a nickname. He calls them Joeys. He sees these Joeys mostly in his dreams, and the dreams are violent. Every time after this that I've encountered these beings, I've always been in a sluggish state, able to see my body in bed, he says. I've always been chased. They've blocked my doorways, tried to scratch or make physical contact with me. Doctors have told Painter these dreams are caused by some kind of sleep disorder. These situations are like an out-of-body experience, he says. I see myself in the bed. In fact, at 16, he dreamt he was outside being chased through the garden into the house and onto his bed that started to envelop him. I woke, but I couldn't move. I felt I'd just run the London Marathon. I had a cramp in my left leg. More recently, though, he's been discovering physical marks. I have actually awoke, usually feeling like I've been active all night, muscles tense, aching, even fingers hurting. He said on 2 occasions I've had scratches on my side, my right side, always after an encounter. During his encounters, Joeys are always the ones to approach him. The Hat Man simply stands in the background watching. None of these encounters, however, equal what Painter calls the attack. It was around 3 years ago. I went to bed as normal, got my usual pre-attack buzzing, and I fell asleep, says he. Next thing he knew, he stood at the side of his bed, looking at his body, lying next to his then-girlfriend, his eyes frozen open. I knew instantly what was going on, tried to wake up. I panicked, because I never have seen myself like that. And I thought,
grow thicker, fuller hair in as few as 3 to 6 months with the doctor-trusted ingredients. Hims prescription hair treatments are formulated with finasteride, proven to slow down hair loss. Minoxidil, proven to increase hair count. Plus biotin, which helps support healthy hair. Choose from a range of products to power your hair gains. Regrow hair like a pro with doctor-trusted ingredients. Start today at hims.com.
I was dying. Painter's dream turned and saw 3 shadows, entities, if you will, in the room, 2 Joeys and the Hat Man. I'm now confused and scared more than usual. One of the shadow entities lunged at Painter. The other reached out to scratch him. As usual during this dream state, Paintner's movements were slow, like he was moving underwater, but Paintner, a jiu-jitsu instructor, fought them off. I've never done it before or since, but I went for them, and they put up no resistance. Isn't that interesting, and kind of like the story we just heard? He wrestled with the shadow people. Landing enough punches, they retreated behind the Hat Man. I then turned around, and for the first time, I saw a line, a silvery thread, kind of like a tail, if you will. He thought he was crazy. But you know what? His girlfriend saw them as well. So whatever the doctors told him, they were real, very real.
Darkest time between dusk and dawn. From the high desert, it's Art Bell's Midnight in the Desert. Now, here's Art.
Here I am. It's open lines. Anything you want to talk about is fair game. Don't forget, we have a I'm losing my mind line. And if you get on, you better sound like you're really losing it. That number is area code 575-208-7787. And not to spoil the otherwise good mood, but here is Mr. Cool in Australia. Yo, Mr. Cool. Did you hear that Stephanie Seneff, who is a senior research scientist at MIT, said that at today's rate, in 10 years time, 1 in every 2 children will be autistic. God, I mean, I've heard some terrible things, but that rate's up near the top. Let me say it again, just in case you want to look it up. Did you hear that Stephanie Seneff, who is a researcher, a scientist at MIT, said that at today's rate, in 10 years' time, 1 in every 2 children will be autistic? And if that isn't scary, I mean, that rate's right up there in my mind with a full invasion of Earth, frankly, which we also heard about last night. On I'm Losing My Mind line, you were on the air. Hello.
Hey, Art.
Hey.
I'm calling from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
You are? Okay. Yes. And you think you're losing your mind, why?
Oh, hell yeah. I am, excuse it, I know I'm not supposed to swear.
Well,
I am losing my mind.
Why?
Here's the deal. I don't think the world's flat. I know that we've been to the moon.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You don't think, wait a minute. You don't think the world's flat? You don't think the sun is a mere 3,000 miles above our heads?
It could be 3,000 miles above our head.
Okay, you are.
I don't think the world is flat. Yeah, ignore all that. Ignore the guy behind the mirror. Here's the thing.
Yes?
And I know you're not like a trafficker of, kind of controversial subjects. But
what are you talking about? That's all we have here is controversial subjects.
This whole thing about Black Lives Matter, I swear, I'm not a racist, and I have no problems with anybody.
Usually when somebody says I'm not a racist, they're about to make a racist remark.
Yeah, that's exactly why I almost didn't call in.
Yeah, well, probably you shouldn't have.
All right.
Don't make a racist remark. I don't want to hear a racist remark.
I'm not.
There must be other reasons that you're losing your mind.
The other reason that is the only reason I'm losing my mind.
Because you want to say something racist?
No, I'm not, Art. I promise I'm not.
Well, then what?
Going to say, but this whole thing about Black Lives Matter, and then you have Police Lives Matter.
All lives matter. All lives matter.
Yes, exactly, Art. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well, then you're not losing your mind, and you don't qualify to be on that line, really. Even though you did sound a little iffy, I'll give you that. But,
We'll go with the Pumpkin Princess for Spooktacular 2025 at Soaring Eagle Water Park and Hotel.
October's fun for ghosts and goblins, right, Igor?
That's Igor.
Stop it. It's monstrous fun with baffling Bill the Magician, DJ Dance Party, Michigan Chiller's author Jonathan Rand, the Monster Mass Dance Party, and more.
Events vary by day. Restrictions apply.
Go to SoaringEagleWaterPark.com or call 877-2-EAGLE-2.
Don't miss Spooktacular 2025.
Only if you really think you're losing your mind should you call that line. If you're on the edge, maybe, of doing something awful. Look how crazy society is today. And I'm giving you an opportunity to open up before you act on something foolish. It's area code 575-208-7787. I'm losing my mind line. Craig, you're on the air. How's your mind?
It's hanging in there, Art.
Good.
My first Skype call, how am I sounding?
Just like you're right here.
Excellent. So I've had the strangest experience I've ever had in my life in August, and I thought maybe you could give me some feedback and let me know how to proceed. Have you got a minute for a story?
Sure. But even before you tell it, I can tell you that you don't have long to live.
Well, that's kind of the gist of the story.
I read minds, and that may make me a hubris, but go ahead.
Okay, so and it is so nice to have you back on the air, and that was a very, very scary show last night.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so let me just give you a little bit of quick background about me so that this little experience will make sense. So I'm in my 50s. My daughter is in her 20s. She has no children. I have no grandchildren. One of my hobbies, I have a little fleet of kind of vintage motorcycles and classic cars, all in various states of disrepair that I drive around during the summer.
Probably all over the yard, right?
I've got a big warehouse that I put them in, so they're not sitting out getting rusty.
Okay.
But, and I've always told her, look, when I'm gone, you can do anything you want with these cars and motorcycles. The only thing is I've got this 1931 Model A that's been in the family since the 50s. My dad and I restored it. Please keep that. And then I've got this little 1972 Honda XL 250 that was my first big motorcycle, and it is just like in showroom condition. So those are the only two that I'd like to see stay in the family.
Yes.
So during the summer, I like to get up early and before I go into the office, and I'll stop in at Starbucks with my planner and have a cup of coffee and get ready for the day, usually between 6:30 and 7. So the second week of August, I think it was the Wednesday, the 12th, I am sitting in Starbucks having a cup of coffee. I'd ridden my little Honda 250 down that morning, and a fellow comes in and he says, hey, whose little Honda's that outside? And I said, hey, it's mine. And he said, hey, I got one, that's just like that. Mm-hmm. And so he comes over to the table and he stands there and we chat for a few minutes. And you know how sometimes you just run into somebody and you just have this rapport with them. And this guy looked like he was maybe in his late 20s, early 30s. And we talked about cars and motorcycles. And in this short conversation we had, he also mentioned, he said, my grandfather left me a Model A and this bike. And I said, oh, that's a coincidence because I've got a Model A as well. And I'm thinking, God, I had to get to know this guy.
Of my soul brother. Yeah.
Somebody that that gets their hands greasy, and we can work on these vehicles together.
Yes.
So we talked for a few minutes, and I was going to go get a refill, and my cup is empty. So I stand up at the side table and I said, hey, can I get you a cup of coffee? Because he hadn't gone to get one. And he said, no. He said, I don't have much time. He said, I really need to be going. He said, but I need to tell you something. He said, and I know this is going to sound crazy. He said, and I can't tell you how I know. And it was really weird. And he started to get all serious, looking right in my eyes, and his tears started to well up at his eyes. And he said, "Do not go to Alaska in October."
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough. Wix.
And I probably go. I'm a geologist. I go work all over the western U.S. and I go to Alaska 5, 6, 7 times a year. And I didn't have a trip planned, but and I kind of laughed. And he said, I can't tell you how I know this, but I just need to tell you, do not go. And and tears were in his eyes, and he reached out and grabbed around me and gave me a big hug. And he whispered something while he was hugging me, and I was so kind of taken aback. And you know how sometimes when you hear something, it takes a little while, but I didn't understand what he said. And he let go of me and said, "Remember that." And he turned and strode towards the door, and I saw him go out the door and past the window. And I sat there for about 10 seconds processing. What did he say? And suddenly it came to me. He said, "Love you, Grandpa." And
oh my God! Whoa. Oh my God!
And so and it's like I took off out the door and around the corner, and just as I rounded the door around the corner, I kind of saw this flash, and it was it's just like 6:45. It's early in the morning, and and it could have been like the sun glinting off a windshield or something. But when I came around the corner, there was no one there, and there weren't any cars, and it's like 250 feet to the next doorway. And there was nobody there. And, I'm a scientist, and I don't know how to, this flash could have been, like I said, the reflection, and this guy could have just been a coincidence, and maybe he was messing with me, but...
Doesn't sound like it to me.
I don't know. So what do you take from that, Art?
I don't know. Are you going?
Experience.
Did you go to Alaska?
The reason I'm calling is yesterday a proposal came across my desk for a project in Juneau for October.
I don't think I'd go if I were you. I would take that literally and seriously, and I wouldn't go.
So, and I'm almost tempted to just to see what would happen.
Well, you remember at the beginning of the call what I said, right?
Yes.
Don't go.
Okay, so...
And if you do go, well, I was going to say call me, but, that chance might not come up.
Anyway, very strange experience. So, all I've heard about time travel is you can only go forward, you can't go backwards.
Oh, what do we know about time travel? Come on.
Yeah.
Really. If it comes to pass, I would imagine going in either direction could be certainly possible. And remind me again, what did he whisper to you?
He said, "Love you, Grandpa."
Have a good night, sir, and trust me, don't go to Alaska. That sounds serious. That was a whale of a call, wasn't it? Mark, hello.
Yeah, hi, Art. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Good morning from Bern. The sun is just coming up.
Bern, Switzerland.
Say again?
Switzerland.
Yes. And I think there's a collective going crazy going on, Art. I've been divorced 10 years.
I agree. And that's why I had the "I'm losing my mind" line.
Yeah, and I just want to tell you the collective craziness that I'm seeing is I've been dating 10 years now since my divorce, and I'm noticing a change in behavior of the women I'm dating, and I don't think it's because of the specific women I'm dating. I just think
change in behavior of what nature?
Yeah, they want sex immediately, first date sex, and they don't want relationships.
Oh my God.
And I think this is a change. People think that things are unstable, and they simply want to go and get what they can get and not think long term.
You feel used?
No.
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 You feel fortunate?
I feel that people don't think that there's long-term planning to be done anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, every time we pass a date for the world to be devoured and destroyed by some sort of incoming rock, they change the date, push ahead a little bit. Now it's supposed to be the 28th, I hear.
Yes. By the way, the show with Dr. Jacobs yesterday was unbelievable.
It was.
But believable.
Yes, I'm afraid it was, and I don't rule out what he says. I mean, for somebody of his qualification to come on the air and say what he said last night alone is astounding. I'm not sure if anybody else picked up on it who's interviewed man lately, but, they came to the point where I said, hey, that's mind control, and that's an invasion. And he said, well, you said it as though nobody else has in response to what he's been saying lately. So, God, yeah, scary stuff. And
it could be that I've been meeting hubris, and that's why they want sex so quickly.
It could be. All I can say is
there's 8 billion people in the world, and 8 billion ways to see it. To shape it, bend it, brighten it, light it, turn it, expand it, make it the way you want it. Because with Firefly, the world is what you make it.
have fun and stay neutral.
Thank you, Art, and love you.
Have a good night. Stay neutral. That's what the Swiss always do, right? They stay neutral. Let's go here. Michelle, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle. I can barely hear you.
Hi.
Okay. You're on some kind of a Michelle. Hold on. You're on a computer or something, right?
Yes.
Okay. Get right up near where the little, microphone is in the computer because you're too far away.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
No, you haven't found it yet. What is it you're talking into, Michelle?
I'm talking into the computer.
Okay. All right. Look at your computer very carefully. You see the rim around, is it a laptop?
Yes, it is.
Yes, okay. So it's got a rim around it, right? And somewhere in that rim, there's like a little dot of a hole. That would be a microphone. Get up real close to that and say something.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that any better?
That is better, Michelle. And where are you?
I'm Sydney, Australia. I've called you before.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to talk about Dr. Jacobs. He's brilliant. I am an experiencer. I've only recently admitted that. And some of the things that he spoke about really resonated with me.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. Do you believe you've been abducted? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Many times in my lifetime.
Oh.
Yes. But in respect to the mind reading,
yes.
Or so my heart is pounding because I don't speak of it, but it's very apparent. I can do it since I was very young. Sometimes I've been outed accidentally by friends. I don't know what else to tell you.
Are you okay? Are you telling me that you can read minds?
Yes, but not all the time.
Not all the time?
Not all the time. Yeah, most definitely.
When you do, I've always been curious about this. When you do read somebody's mind, Michelle, how does it come to you? Is it as though something is speaking in your mind, or can you hear thoughts? I mean, how does that work?
You can hear the thought, but most of all, it will come as a complete sentence. So let's say this is something that I was very confused about in my 30s. Let's say I think of a friend, but I hear their voice, I hear them mention whatever it is that they mention, and the sentence that they say. And often I think, oh, I haven't spoken to Sarah for a while. Let me give her a call. And I call them, call her or whomever, and they will say, we were just thinking about you, we were just talking about you.
Yes, actually, Michelle, there's a scientist doing a whole study on this right now. ESP as it results, as it involves getting or making calls. You know, I was just thinking about you kind of deal. So that's actually being
but it's
studied.
more to it than that. Okay, this is an example. I was sitting on a train once,
Yes.
reading a book, minding my own business, and I started humming a tune, and the man that was behind me, I started singing the tune, and then he tapped me on my shoulder and said, I was just thinking about that song.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe you're projecting thoughts as well.
I've often wondered that. So that's why I said in my 30s I found it very confusing. And it got to the stage where I actually didn't want to call anybody. I didn't want to talk to any of my friends because I didn't know.
Can you try an experiment for me, Michelle? Can you try and get somebody to do something with your mind? Have you ever tried that?
To do something with my mind?
No. In other words, use your mind and try to get somebody to do something they otherwise would not do.
I've never tried that, and I've never thought of doing that.
Well, I'm suggesting to you that you try it.
Okay.
Can you give that a shot?
I have in the past thought of somebody and asked them to call me, and that happened.
Well, let's take it one step further.
I haven't spoken to for, like a year.
I've got it, Michelle. I've got it. What I want you to do is take it one step further and have them do something.
You've known us for a long time. Our name matters to us and to our clients. When we show up for work right here in this office, we honor our family's legacy. And we're not alone. The firm behind our family is Michigan's most experienced personal injury team, by far. Nobody is even close. And that experience pays. We've collected over $5 billion for injured people.
No better lawyers. Get the Bernstein Advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAVE.
This is Midnight in the Desert with Art Bell. Please ring Art's Bell at 1-952-225-5278. That's 1-952-CALL ART.
I can play a little more of my bumper music on Open Lines nights, and that's what we've got tonight. Open Lines, anything you want to talk about, Adley. And we've already been down some pretty strange trails. And don't forget the I'm Losing My Mind line, which has been locked up full since we began the show. I'm just a little tentative about going there. That's 575, area code 575-208-7787. Going to the phone this time, and Great Falls, I think, Minnesota, Michigan. Great Falls, Minnesota. Montana.
It's Montana.
I shouldn't guess. It just says M. I'm sorry, it just says Great Falls, M. So.
Well, at least it said Great Falls. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am too.
And the man that just called a few calls back, Don't go to Alaska in October.
And I agree. That was some
You said my
freaky
birthday
story.
too, and that freaked me out. And I heard it all, and I was listening so intently, and I was shaking, and I thought, no, he cannot go. He can come to Montana. There's a lot of bones to dig up out here.
You should also keep in mind the way I began the call, you know. You're not going to live very much longer, so you should take that as like a double warning.
Oh, definitely. I've got a story I've been wanting to tell you for years. And it's something I don't think anybody has ever experienced before with Bigfoot.
Okay.
And it's absolutely true. And I don't have any pictures or anything, but it happened in 1978. And it was one of them real quiet, dark nights, and we're driving home from the lake, and the parents are in the front, and the kids are in the back, and I'm the 20-year-old, you know, holding the kids while they're sleeping.
Okay.
Off in the distance, they saw something big, and they almost ran it over. So of course they slammed the brakes on.
So you're in the back. You're in the back seat with the kids.
On the back seat.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
And it's dark, creepy dark. And I'm thinking, okay, I wonder what it is. And he's got his headlights on. And I saw a flicker of it cross the road. He saw the whole thing cross the road. It come around really quickly, too, right on to the back of the trunk. Okay? And you know the older cars, I guess it was a I don't know what you call those things, tornado? And one of them tornadoes, that's the name.
Tornado, okay.
Yeah, one of them big old lights in the back like a boat.
Yes.
Yeah, and he had his foot on the brake, and the red lights was hitting this thing.
Yes.
I look up, and I see Bigfoot standing there, and I knew it was Bigfoot. Anyway,
and you knew this why? I mean, you
I knew
describe
because
it.
It was. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. It was kind of reddish, but I'm pretty sure it was red, though. Even though that there was light on it that was red, the eyes were glowing red and orange.
Oh, really?
That creeps me out. That right there just does. But the thing is, this is what happened. Yeah, I'm shaking. It happened so fast. He picked up both his hands and slammed it down his palms on the back of the trunk. And the guy tells me, don't let the kids look back. And he put his foot on the gas, and boom, we were gone. Okay? Now, in my mind, in the memory, I was so freaked out. I honestly don't remember hearing a sound from the creature.
Well, if you had, it would have sounded something like that. Is the sound of a Bigfoot.
I met some researchers in Oregon in 1974, and we were all hiking, and they showed me some freshly done, footprints out of cement or whatever that other is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and we sat down and we talked for a while, and then we had to go down a 1,500-foot ravine to get down to the river. So we sat up there for a while before we went down. Anyway, they talked to me all about it, and then 4 years later, 1978. Okay, so the next day, I'm just pacing the floor because I saw the dent in the trunk. I called the sheriff. He refused to come out. I called a researcher, and I don't remember who I called in the research. UFO researcher, by the way. They came out, took pictures, asked us the story, you know.
Wait. What did they take pictures of? Footprints or?
No, I'm sorry. They took pictures of the palm prints that were dented perfectly, too.
Oh, my God, really?
In the trunk.
You don't happen to still have those photographs, do you?
No, I didn't get them. They weren't mine. It was the researchers that we called. I never got any. I asked, you know. And I never got the.
Well, how do you find?
Copies, of course, I wanted that.
How do you find a Bigfoot researcher off the cuff? I mean, you can't pick up the phone book and look under B.
I called some UFO. It was a UFO researcher.
Oh.
It wasn't a Bigfoot. It was a paranormal type.
Gotcha.
UFOs.
Right.
I don't think it was Peter Davenport.
Right. But he took pictures.
Yes. Of the dents only.
Okay.
I don't know if there was hair. We didn't see, because believe me, I looked at that bumper. I looked at everywhere for hair. I wanted,
some hair.
I wanted proof. Yeah, that's something that you will never forget. And just a joke with me. This guy takes me over, a boyfriend of mine, right? 2 weeks later, he takes me over there on the bike and goes, I know where Bigfoot lives. I go, yeah, right. So we come walking down this path, and I go, what is that smell? And it don't smell like anything you ever smelled before. It's almost like a skunk and a bear. That smelled bear, wet bear.
Right.
It's just stinky. Stinkier worse than a human, okay? And I'm going, what is he? He goes, just listen. He picks up a rock, and he throws it down the path, and all of a sudden you hear the same scream that you have on the tape is the exact kind of scream I heard, and I ran.
I would too.
I didn't see it.
All right. Well, listen, thank you very, very much for the call. I would have run too. No doubt about that. Anything that puts giant dents in the back of the car, oh, good Lord. Well, we do shows on Bigfoot a lot, as you know. It's one of the things we follow. And there you have it. It sounded like a real story to me. And let's go to our I'm losing my mind line. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Okay, it's me then. Okay, my name is Russell, by the way.
Russell, welcome to the program. And why do you think you're losing your mind?
Well, it might have something to do with the fact I've been listening to you for 30 years or something like that. I don't know. But,
humorous, Russell.
By the way,
yes.
I love your show.
Thank you.
So,
Russell, actually, you're using this line just to call up and say, I like the show.
No, hell no. Listen.
Okay, all right. Listen, Russell, number one, turn off your device. I've got to at least say that whatever device is playing the show in the background.
I will leave the room.
All right, leave the room.
Better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
All right, here's the deal. Okay, for years, I'm getting tired of hearing the same crap that I've been living over and over again. Okay? Seems like everything that I've lived through, I've heard on these radio shows or I've seen it on TV and whatnot. It's the point where I don't even like to say the words, I'm an abductee. I don't even like to say it anymore. It's ridiculous. I feel ridiculous saying it.
So you are an abductee.
Can I finish losing my mind here for a second?
Yes, you may.
Also, I've been living a deja vu constantly for the last couple of years. It's driving me insane. I'm sick and tired of living in deja vu. It's nuts. It's as if somebody keeps hitting click and rewind on me.
So you're saying you're abducted again and again and again?
No. Well, only when I was younger. This deja vu thing is recently.
I see.
Okay, and the shadow people. I'm tired of hearing about shadow. I saw shadow people before they were even talking about it. Okay, to me, the shadow people, what they were to me, what I was saying was, I'm laying in bed at night or on the couch at night, but there's a little, your eyes adjust to the darkness, But you see these people that are darker than the darkness. It's like their energy absorbs what little bit of light there is in the night, and it just makes their space darker than the night that's around them.
Russell, it sounds like, it does sound like you're fed up. You know what would make you feel better?
I'm fed up with seeing my life being replayed.
I understand, and you know what would make you feel better?
What?
Somebody's nagging on you in the background saying, I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yeah, well, I say that every day to the old lady. That doesn't work.
Is that who I'm hearing in the background?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, try it. It'll make you got to put some feeling out. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not replaying my freaking life.
All right. You already feel better. I'm sure you do. Although I can tell that you're, slipping away a little. Jack, you're on the air.
Evening, Art.
Good evening.
Are you by chance a fan of Doctor Who?
Yeah, somewhat, sure.
Do you remember a couple of seasons ago they had a race that they brought into the show called The Silence?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
You should definitely look them up. I think they're based on the Shadow People.
Really? Or you heard that last caller. He's just fed up.
I can understand him. I do have a quick question for you, though, sir.
Yes.
Could I quote you in a research paper for one of my college courses?
Well, what's it about? Quoting me about what?
Well, it's your opinion. Should there be disclosure?
It's my opinion.
I know.
That there should be disclosure? Is that what you're saying?
Well, my paper is on is a debate paper on should there be UFO disclosure.
I see.
And it's your choice, but if I could, I would like to quote you and your current opinion.
All right, then. I want you to listen carefully because I do not necessarily have the opinion that there should be disclosure. I'm sorry. I know this is going to probably ruin it for you, but you may recall the Brookings report. Do you remember the Brookings report?
Yes, sir. I've actually read it recently.
Okay. Well, it basically it says that people, institutions, civilization, religions would all be negatively affected, and people would go even crazier than they are right now. And that stuff crazy now. So if we actually had disclosure, if like the President of the U.S. sat down and said, American